All right, folks. What is up? Sorry for the delays and the technical difficulties, but you guys know how it is. It's Battlefield 4. It wouldn't be a tournament. It wouldn't be a match without some problems, right? So we are back. I am Mess, and I've got Brett FX here with me. How you doing, Brett?
I am doing all right. I am definitely looking forward to this next match. It's going to be Slap versus
FLOT
oh my
Gaming.
gosh, FLOT Gaming. Wow, I just left my head there for a second, but should be a pretty good match. FLOT is one of those teams where they don't really get a whole lot of love. In fact, they have quite a bit of respect for the North American teams. And they never really made a splash in Battlefield 3, but they are definitely somebody to look out for in Battlefield 4. They've been practicing a lot. They practice probably one of the most that any other teams do. So they are going to be somebody to watch out for this one. And then of course Slap, who has been pretty consistent throughout the whole Battlefield 4. I would say out of everybody, they're probably the most consistent North American teams for screaming fives and just keeping with it all the time. And they're actually playing in the Go 4 Cup, I think, this weekend. They played in the last one last weekend. So they're a very active team, very good team, and they're going to be a powerhouse. There's somebody who has definitely excelled within their abilities here in those last couple of months or so.
Yeah, I certainly agree with that, Brett. Very active team. They were active in Battlefield 3, much of them, albeit maybe not all of them together, but they all have tons of competitive experience, and like you said, they're actually active in the European community. Actually, one of their members, Acid Reamer, is going to be putting on a future tournament in Battlefield 4. So these guys are highly active in the community. They got a ton of experience, and like you said, one of the most consistently active teams in the community.
Yeah, absolutely. So we are going to be playing round number 2 on Dawnbreaker. So we're just waiting for the map to change. I think everybody's actually in it. No, we just have FLOT members in it right now. So we're still waiting for Slap to get in here in just a few moments. But while we were waiting, we can talk a little bit about what we got going on here in terms of the brackets and eventually what Gaming Grizz is. So first of all, let's talk about what Gaming Grizz is. I know we went over a little bit at the very beginning, but it's been about an hour or so since we've done that. So for anybody that's new, Gaming Grizz is this amazing place where you can play video games and you can make money at it. So in how you ask, well, you can go check out their website first of all at gaminggrids.com. You sign up, make an account, and then you can actually register for any number of games that they have the tournaments open for you. If you look on the left-hand side, you'll see what is open. I think for now, they only have Battlefield 4 and Counter-Strike, but they're looking to expand into other games like Dota and other games like that. I think Smite's also going to be one of them.
Maybe.
Yeah, exactly, and eventually COD. So very cool stuff. You put in I think it's like $1 entry fee, and the cool thing is that they have certain times within their open tournaments. You play in a designated server for let's say 2 o'clock between 6 o'clock, and whoever has the highest stats out of that server will be walking away with some money. And it's not just one person. I've seen many people walk away with money on this. I believe Andrew Pass from No Mercy has walked away with a couple $100. Valutasia from Fnatic has walked away with $300+. And that's just from 1 or 2 days of playing.
Right.
So I mean, you're already playing. You can't beat that.
Yeah,
right?
I mean, if you can make some scratch on the side just from doing what you're already doing, why not, right? It goes without saying. So we have brought up the bracket, and as you can see, we're just kind of zoomed in on the area of Slap and FLOT. Those guys, whoever wins this match, will move on to the next round to face, I believe it's No Mercy Gaming. And then you see below that, we have Nexus North America and Meet Your Makers both with a bye, and they'll be squaring off in the next round, and that could be an extremely interesting match.
Yeah, it should.
Actually, no, excuse me. I had part of the bracket obscured there. Let me reload it for you guys. We'll fix that.
Okay, so it looks like we're switching servers once again. So we will be getting in those servers here in just a few moments, guys.
Switching servers. Okay, so while we're doing that, you guys can take a look at the bracket here a little bit. Like I said, we got...
Yeah, so in our brackets for this particular one, and I gotta say, probably the most exciting group of matches are going to be the one we're in right now. We have, well, I would say this early in the tournament, we have Slap versus FLOT going to be happening right now. Next, I don't know if Warchild beat Delta Airborne, but I'm assuming that they have, just because I don't know who Delta Airborne is, and I do know who Warchild are, and they're going to be. I would say that Warchild will win that, and if they do, they will be playing against No Mercy Gaming, which is going to be a really good match too. The winner of that will be facing off each other for the next round, for round number 3 on Paracel Storm, I believe, which is one of Warchild's favorite maps. So they definitely hope that they can move on through the next round. And I mean, it's just going to be an exciting little block of games right there. Then we also have Illusion Gamers versus Nexus BF4 going to be coming up later on this evening in round number 2. That should also be a very good match. Both of those teams are South American, so it's going to be interesting to see both of those guys facing each other right from the get-go, and see which one gets knocked out and which one doesn't. I would say right now, Nexus BF4 SA is the best 5v5 South American team as of right now.
Woo.
They are really, really good.
And I think I would agree with you on that, Brett. We've seen them play a lot, and these guys, they took Exertus NA to the wire. I believe it was on Dawnbreaker. Was it like an 18-ticket game, maybe a 10-ticket game in the second round? I mean, these guys are not to be trifled with. Yeah,
no, they're very, very good, and they have their opportunity to prove it in their next round, where they potentially will face off against Epsilon, which is, I would say, easily top 3 by far in the world for Battlefield 4. I mean, they are an amazing team. They took Fnatic down. It was a 2-1 maps in the last EMS in the quarterfinals, I believe it was. And in my opinion, that was the real final for that match. That was an amazing, amazing match. If you have not checked that out, you can go do so on their VODs. It is unbelievable. Epsilon coming back. I think it was like they lost the first map by 92 tickets, and they ended up winning the second round of that map by 95 or 96. It was a crazy, crazy comeback. If you have not checked it out, I highly recommend that you do so. And they're also going to be competing. Epsilon's also competing in the CEVO tournament that is happening right now. So they're definitely staying active within the community for Battlefield. We also have Exertus NA going to be facing off against NT Electronic. Layer 3 and Intez happened to also. I believe that Intez ended up winning that, and they're going to be moving on in round 3, and we'll be facing off the winner against Exertus or NT Electronic. Later on down the road, we have Nexus BF4 NA versus Nitrox. That's going to be happening at 5 o'clock Eastern. And that I really don't know who Nitrox is. I do know that Nexus has gone through several iterations of team building or rebuilding. They've just added Gas for You on their team, and I believe one of their starters is actually not even going to be playing today. Going to be Repent, which is going to be a huge loss for them. But they do have J-Rod, who, if you did check out the last LANFest, or not the last LANFest, but the last stream that I was a part of, which was the LANFest, J-Rod was doing some work at the LANFest, definitely showing his skills against teams like Warchild and Crimson and with Exertus. So very, very interesting matches there. Really close matches in that particular matchup. And then we have that one is going to be an interesting bracket too, because MYM, or Meet Your Makers,
probably just the number 2 team in the world, Brett. I mean, we could easily say
top
that,
3.
right?
I would say top 3, but they did place second in the last EMS. So they are a incredibly good team. Used to be 3-bit. Really, really good guys. Love watching them play. And they are going to be going up against possibly Nexus BF4 NA if they win their match. And that's I almost feel bad for Nexus, I gotta admit.
You're gonna be giving your buddy Killa, or now known as Ender, you're gonna give him a little trash talking if he gets beat down?
No, I'm just gonna be like, broski, you are I'm proud of you for hopefully not getting all capped right from the get-go.
Yeah.
But and then in the lower half of the bracket, we do have Bottom Frag, who's going to be facing off against the winners of Hellhounds and Oxlot Gaming. Bottom Frag used to be M5 or Monster 5. They have now changed their name since then. Very good team. Also one of those teams for North America that's kind of sneak up on you if you're not careful. So that should be a really good match there. Vivacity did end up winning their match against Mistopody, so they are going to be moving on automatically to round number 3. Whoever wins the bottom frag match out of that will be facing off against them. And then we have AAA, who is going to be playing against Saucy Gamers.
Saucy Gamers.
Saucy Gamers. Yeah, I'm going to give that to AAA. Just going to say that right now. I'm going to say that they're going to win. Also a very good team. Placed second in DreamHack not too long ago, back in November, when they played against Fnatic. And I got to say, I like Fnatic. I do. I like most of the Euro teams out there. But that first match against Fnatic, I think that AAA could have won that one. I'm just gonna say the drops, I'm just gonna say disconnects killed them right there, and I think they could have taken that first match. But anyways, moving on, Refo Rednecks will be facing off against Noobs in War here today in round number 2. LMOP versus Assault Team, and Exertus EU versus FAV, which that could be a really good match right there. Project Mayhem versus Fnatic, which is right now the world's best team. I mean, they have won just about everything out there. They've won everything out there that matters. Anyways, when it's on the line, they definitely show up. So Fnatic being number 1 right now for Battlefield 4 is going to be facing off Project Mayhem, and that right there is that would suck.
Yeah, I would not want to have to go against the number 1 team, just the clear cut number 1 team in the world. As you were saying, the 2, 3, 4 spots are kind of interchangeable at the moment, but right now it's who's going to beat Fnatic. I mean, who's the first team that's going to take these guys down? Because right now nobody's been able to do it. Like you said, they've won everything that has mattered.
I'm going to make a really early call, and it might come back to bite me. I'm going to say it's going to be Epsilon Fnatic. That's going to be
in the finals.
That's going to be in the finals. Epsilon Fnatic. I think that Epsilon is going to be the only team that can take them down.
No love for MYM. No love for Exertus NA. They're playing on their home turf, man.
Well, man, I would say Exertus NA could have had a chance at it if they had their old lineup with Nimic and Troy and Clix. But right now, those 3 players are not going to be playing, and Clix is a huge loss for that team. Clix being the main shot caller for that team, basically the captain, the one who gets the team going. He's not going to be there anymore. That's going to be a huge loss. Anytime a team is built around basically one person, which it was basically built around him, and they've lost that. And that is not going to be good for them going into these heavier matches against teams like Epsilon, because frankly, it's going to be basically a new team. They don't have the chemistry like they had before.
Not near the repetitions or the experience.
I would say, 2 weeks ago, I would say that Exertus NA was our beacon of hope for North America to make a splash in this tournament. They still have the chance to do that. They have some really talented players on that team, but I don't know. I just don't know right now as it is. And then we have, last but not least, we have Prime Team Esports versus Exploit Gamers, which is, I think, going to be cast on the 2nd channel right now. So if you guys want to check that out, you definitely can. It's going to be gaminggrids.com or twitch.tv, gaminggrids 2. But
we encourage you guys to watch both streams. Even if they're both live, do the multi-Twitch. You guys know that, right? You can watch 2 games at once. It's incredible.
It's crazy stuff, man.
Technology is amazing. And we are going to be here for probably, I'd say, at least another hour or 2, covering as many matches as we can today. Of course, coming back tomorrow to cover the later matches, which is really going to get interesting when we start seeing some of these heavy hitters actually face off against each other. And it's win and move on, lose and go home, as they're vying for that $1,500 prize purse.
Yeah, absolutely. And you know what, guys? If this tournament goes over well, we have good response from you guys. We are going to be having more and more of these. This is $1,500, the largest North American tournament that is being held right now. So definitely nothing to scoff at right there. Definitely share this, follow this channel, share us on Twitter, all that kind of stuff. Check out the webpage. just get it out there. Get the word out there, guys. It's the only way that we're going to be supporting Battlefield as much as possible. Yes, EMS is going to be happening for Europe, but it is pretty much just Europe and Europe times. So let's give North America a little bit of love and try and get something rolling over here. And we do appreciate all of the EU teams that are participating in this particular event. We know that it's going to be kind of late for you guys on some of these issues, but definitely liking the fact that we're having Fnatic, Epsilon, AAA coming in and playing. That right there is it's just awesome to see those teams participating in this event. So
yeah, I'm really excited to see some of these guys play. I mean, of course, we've seen them on their personal streams and some of the big-time match streams like, DreamHack, playing on ESL. But to see them up close and personal through spectators, I think it's going to be a treat, and I hope you guys will enjoy it as well.
Yeah, absolutely. Now, let's talk a little bit about the map because I think we're going to be going live here in just a few moments. Both the teams are in the server, and we are getting ready here in just a few seconds. But this map is going to be pretty interesting. Most of the time, what you will be seeing strat-wise is on the Chinese side, you'll be seeing 5 going up and around to A, slow pushing down from A into B flag. Occasionally, they'll send 1 through B just to kind of catch maybe a guy off guard there. And then on the U.S. side, you'll be seeing 1 burning, 1 pushing out to upper side, and 3 pushing inside. So as it looks right now, a little bit different from FLOT. We do have 1 pushing very aggressively down into trench. But as for Slap, they're going to be doing that 5 to A, slow pushing down into B.
Watching from IP Impool's perspective, which is actually Acid Reamer as he headshots a Coney coming up the street there. And it looks like Reflex is actually playing for Slap this time. We haven't seen a lot of him yet, the self-proclaimed prodigy. We're still watching from Acid Reamer's perspective. He's covering the highway side, looking towards outer B, throwing out a long-distance nade. There's all kinds of action on Bravo right now. We're looking at Flight McGamer moving up on the burn. And right now, it looks like we do have FLOT in control of the BC burn.
Yeah, we're actually seeing FLOT in the position to take a triple cap right now. It's going to be Shinobi-Wan versus 2 players now. It's going to be Degree as well as Alex. And it looks like they will be able to hold that off for just, yeah, they are going to be able to hold that off, but immediately getting slapped right on the back foot from the get-go. This is what I was telling you, FLOT is one of those teams where you have to watch out for them. They're not very flashy, they're not very known, but they do pack a wallop right now. VUJD is going to be able to get a nice double kill there right in the center against Gamer and Shinobi-Wan. Now B is finally going to be flashing. Let's see what FLOT's going to be doing in return. It looks like all of FLOT actually getting wiped out there.
Yeah, it was actually a pretty nice breakout by FLOT. Like you said, I think they kind of caught Slap off guard as they pushed extremely aggressively towards the A flag, which allowed them to get pretty well set up on B. But already you've seen Slap has broken that, and now they have taken possession of the Alpha Bravo burn.
Yeah, they have. And FLOT is, this is actually the hold that Slap is going to want. They want that A-B hold. They're going to be sitting a guy up on long A or gay spot, which he is. He's going to be watching for any kind of push over there towards trench, which Shinobi-Wan is going to be there. But Degree, very, very smart, is going to be watching for that. And then we're going to be having 2 players up onto upper side. And they're going to be pushing actually mid really, really hard here. Look at this. We have 2 players pushing into mid from Slap. Might be catching Skittles as well as Shinobi-Wan right from the backside. Is going to be able to take out 1. So very good job there by Slap, just really mangling this FLOT team.
Yeah, and they have taken firm control of the AB hold. Although, no, we do have Skittles on the burn. But it is Alex the Blade wiping him out as it looks like everyone has gone down and cut for FLOT. And Slap is in firm control of this Alpha Bravo burn as they have taken the lead by 5 tickets. FLOT was off to a great start. And we've talked about this at length, Brett, about how some teams are really great at a breakout and other teams are good at breaking a team who has a burn. And it looks like that's the case right now. FLOT, good breakout, but couldn't hold it. And now Slap is doing a great job of holding their burn.
Yeah, what we're seeing right now is a very classic mistake that a lot of teams make is they're pushing out 1 and 2 at a time. They need to be pushing out as a group. And FLOT is letting Slap just get right up onto C right now and push into their own spawn. Now, we are going to be seeing a random spawn coming back here for Bo West. Degree is going to be back there. He does end up going down, so that's going to be huge there for FLOT. It does look like they cleaned up everybody over onto C flag. We are going to be seeing some random spawns back behind Trench, and A will now go into their possession. So the 2 flag burn into the possession of FLOT. But the problem is that they still don't have control of the upper side, and they are only a 2-on-3, now a 3-on-1 over on A.
Ooh. And that's Blue JD taking down 2 of the FLOT guys, and they're going to quickly take control of Alpha. And it looks like already Slap is going to try to set up again, but no, FLOT's not done. There's 2 of them there at Alpha. We're watching from Shinobi-Wan's perspective. He is there with Skittles on the outside in the plaza. They're going to try to fight to take control of Alpha, but maybe this is just to relieve some pressure as he takes down Degree. They need to, I think, make a move for Bravo here while they're going for Alpha. They got 2 guys there as they do go down. They're not going to get it. Meat Gamer is still up. Oh, but he's back.
Yeah, that was
here
a
on
huge
C.
mistake there by FLOT. They left 3 guys back onto C flag doing absolutely nothing. Now, I think what they were expecting was Slap to go, okay, you know what? They got 2 guys over here on A. We're just going to go ahead and push down into C flag. That is not what happened, obviously. And the fact that they were counting on that, it cost them a lot of time. They need to be getting up onto upper side. They got to clear out those 2 players on upper side. It's just been Reflex and IP sitting up there the entire time. They haven't moved. And they've been basically able to lock down B flag.
It's looking like Reflexes is forced to move now as he's down to his pistol. Stalking FLOT in the middle of the highway. I can't believe he's still alive. He's going to try to take down Bo West. Oh, and Reflexes finally does go down. So yeah, like you said, they've just been over here so long that they've run out of ammo. I think maintaining control of that upper side at Bravo, it just allows you to dictate who controls that Bravo flag.
Yeah, and oh man, they had a chance to hold on to their B flag. They had it for just a few moments, but it does look like everybody was cleaned up off of it. And still, Bo electing not to go up onto upper side to try and clean it up. He's going to be taking a huge risk here, going on the inside of side streets, trying to make his way up onto the streets. But Reflex knows that there's going to be some guys down there, as well as IP, and then they're going to get hit from the side by Alex Blade. He should be able to clean this up right now. Only 1 player remaining. That's going to be Bo. Was able to trade out with 1, but not Reflex. And that is still going to be huge, not having that positioning up there, because not only does that allow them to cover B, that allows them to reinforce from that point every single time.
And you'll notice it doesn't seem like Slap is pushing. They just want to hold this Alpha Bravo burn. They're not really making an effort to take Charlie that much. And I think it's working out great for them as they've moved into a 60-ticket lead. As we watch from Vu's perspective, he gets a nade out onto Bridge. He's got 2 of FLOT trying to come through there. He's keeping them back, though, all on his lonesome. He's going to rush to end around, taking out a Cody. That's 1 down.
Yeah, you know, honestly, at this particular time right now, they just need to stop trying to save C. If Slap is going to be playing this defensively and not trying to get onto C flag, then what they need to do is make a 4 to 5 man push right to A. They need to go up through A, upper side, or not upper side. They need to go on to highway by trench and just push as hard as they possibly can and try and connect there. Now, it does look like Skittles was able to get a nice 2-piece there over there onto mid where B flag is, but she has to be careful. Not in the best of position. I mean, you're going to be caught basically in a pinched move. Now, Bo West, though, in a very good position to make something happen, using the recon class, though.
Yeah, it's surprising to see, especially at this level. I mean, we've seen FLOT. We know they're an experienced team. So, not really sure what the thought behind using the recon class is. As we watch from Ekoni's perspective, he's going to try to come up the ramp behind Alpha, maybe get a little bit of a flank on to leave some pressure for his team. Slowing things down. I think he's waiting on a spawn. Yep, he does get Bo West spawning on him, who I believe has moved back into an assault class, which is the smart play. Takes 1 down. And he's really slow playing this. Alex the Blade peeking. Oh, and he takes him out. Nice one by Alex. He was not fooled. Although Shinobi-Wan is there, it's a showdown, but Slap cleans it up. And so that flank that they spent a lot of time and effort on was completely unsuccessful.
Yeah, it looks like finally FLOT is going to be able to possibly clear this out. Reflex, the last one left up. He does get a nice revive there. Trades out with 1, but guess what? IP is already there. He spawns in, going to be able to get the res on Reflex. So all of that effort was for nothing. But right now, they don't need to worry about getting onto B flag. They need to stick everybody they have onto A. Make sure that they get the positioning on it and slow push down into B. They're going to be in a very, very bad trouble here. Actually, Slap messing up very bad there.
Yeah, I'm not really sure what happened. They left the backside open, and now they're triple cap. This is a huge swing and a big chance for FLOT, who is down by almost 100 tickets at this point. They need to make up some ground going into round 2, or it's going to be a tall order to defeat a really tough Slap team with that kind of deficit.
Yeah, and honestly, this is something that they should have done about 50 to 60 tickets ago. And it may be too little too late, and they're not even watching long A right now. Degree has a free ride all the way up onto A flag. Now Alex Blake going to be coming around the corner. Shinobi 1 will be trying to take care of him. Gets the hipfire spray. No, not able to connect with anything. And now A and B flag are both going to be flashing for
beautiful
FLOT.
triple kill by VuJD at Bravo. And right now, it just as soon as FLOT gets some momentum, Slap just takes it away from him because it's just, I believe, too much of a frag deficit to overcome. Right now, it's 66-20 for Slap compared to 31-60 for FLOT. They're just getting supremely outgunned at the moment. And as you commented earlier, someone outstratted as well, making some early mistakes, which allowed Slap to get back in control.
Yeah, well, I mean, the thing is that FLOT had a really good breakout, but they didn't know what to do after that happened. I mean, as we saw there, FLOT almost got a triple cap right from the get-go. They just didn't know how to hold it. And as we're seeing right now, Slap is the much calmer team. They've been playing against a lot better teams here lately. They've been playing against teams like Dignitas, Epsilon, those guys. So they, not only have they seen the best of the best, but they've been learning how to react when basically when it hits the fan.
Yeah, absolutely. They're showing a lot more poise and coordination in their rotations and their holds, showing some extreme patience. And that's one of the things that's a bit tough to master, is when to be patient and when to be persistent. It seems like Slap really knows how to do that, while FLOT's struggling with it a little bit here. Watch it from Degree's perspective. He is just holding alpha. Bravo has been nuked, and it looks like Slap is going to try to set up on that AD hold as Reflexes and P are both on the high side of B again. But Bo West takes down P. Reflexes is still up, though, and he takes him down and revives. So that's been the story over there, is Bo West basically going up 1-on-2 against Reflexes and IP, who've been playing off of each other brilliantly.
Yeah, they've been double stacking that upper side really, really well this whole entire matchup. And B will be going into the favor of FLOT right now, but they only have 8 tickets left to go. And the last player ended up getting taken down. So, honestly, at this point, they obviously had already lost it. They wanted to kind of drain down probably around 30 more tickets or so, because coming back, to 100 tickets is going to be really, really hard for this team. I mean, it's going to be a tall order for them to try and come back and win this.
Yeah, absolutely, especially against a team like this that has such great experience and fragging ability. Certainly a tall order for FLOT Gaming going into round 2 against Slap, who's looking like a true contender, hoping to move on with a strong performance. Look at VuJD, 30-8, dropping bombs.
Yeah, VuJD doing just an amazing job there, 30-8, like we just said. If we look over here on the FLOT was definitely having some issues. I mean, look at that, 7-16, 7-16, 4-16. You cannot be doing that, in this tournament. You have to do a lot. It's not based on frags. This matchup is never based on frags, but it certainly doesn't hurt. And when most of your team is going negative, like basically, half of your team's going negative, and when they're going negative, they're doubling their kills or their deaths with their negative. You can't do that. You just can't. And it's really shown in this particular matchup. I think what FLOT is going to have to do is they got to get that early switch to A and B, and they have to learn to put somebody over there on long A. We did see a setup there for very briefly where FLOT had A for a while, but they, instead of sending a guy out onto long A on A boxes, they pushed him straight up into mid where B bridges, and it left it completely wide open, and they were able to get a nice 3-man back rage going on onto A.
Yeah, so here, moving into the second round, like we said, it's going to be a tough order for these guys to come back from that kind of a deficit. Once again, it is 104 tickets that they are down. Now, do you expect them to do something different on their breakout this time? I mean, I realize it is going to be different due to the swapped side, but in general, do you think they'll be as aggressive as they were in the previous one where they went for that early triple cap?
Yeah, it'll be interesting to see what they come out, because FLOT did have a little bit of a different, breakout on that one. They sent 2 over on trench side instead of just 1. So we might be seeing, they may send 1 trench side and 4A, or they may send 2 trench side and 3A. I don't really know. I would expect a standard breakout here from Slap, where they are going to be sending. Yeah, so it's going to be Well, a little bit different from Slap, as they are going to have one sitting way back over there on the C tower, and another getting the burn off there. But it looks like FLOT got stuck just a little bit over there into Trench. They are going to be sending one straight up in the B, and that's why it's so dangerous to send a guy right up in the B flag, because they're already going to be set up and able to really do some damage there for anybody coming into that alley. Me Gamer is going to be fighting back and forth with VUJD, and it looks like they are just ignoring each other. So this is actually very standard, play right now.
Yeah, standard breakout, although FLOT seemed to get a little bunched up behind the planters. There's 3 of them there looking to make a move on the Alpha. Watch from Skittles' perspective, he's shooting over into the rugs area, but he is down to... Oh, what a nade! That was a Tom Brady there. Nice kill there.
Degree is going to be coming around the backside with a nice 2-piece, able to get both of those guys, and he's going to be burning down this A flag super, super fast. So FLOT is going to be in a lot of trouble right now, already in that triple cap. We will be seeing some random spawns coming back around to C flag, but here's the thing, guys. Slap wants them over there. They want them on that C flag. As we saw before, it's a very dominant position to have A and B, and you just basically hold those. You stick one over there onto along A, you stick one in mid, and you stick 2 over onto upper side, and you just lock it down. That's all you do, and that's exactly what we're going to be seeing here. Once again, FLOT is in a lot of trouble here if they can't break it here right now.
Yeah, watching from Reflex's perspective, again on the high side with Alex the Blade, and they're just sticking with what works as he takes down Skittles with a nice headshot over on deck. Looks like VUJD will get the revive for Alex the Blade, keeping them pinned down at pillars, and again, they're just owning their positions. Every single lane is being covered, and they're winning their gun battles, and FLOT just can't seem to do anything about it at this point. It's looking like another potential blowout in this round.
Yeah, it could very well be that, as only 1 ticket has left for a slap right now, and FLOT is just they don't know what to do. They are kind of scattered right now. They want to play defensively, but honestly, right now you can't play defensively. You have to be aggressive. Just get in there. And as we're seeing, Bo is going to be able to take out one. Oh, nice. 3 players going down for Slap right there in the center. That was going to be Alex Blade and Degree both going down. VUJD, though, is going to be spawning back up. And a possible 3-cap here for FLOT right now. They have to hold this. I mean, they have to hold this for quite some time in order to even make this game a close one. They only have 40 tickets really to play with right now. VUJD is going to be going right into A flag, almost with a freebie right there, trying to get that hip fire going on. We'll be able to get it. Bo is going to be coming in to try and clean him up, and it does not look like he's going to be able to do so, as VUJD was already waiting there for him.
And it looked like they were almost going to take out the high side, but Reflex is already in position again. And that really seemed, as he gets a 2-piece there, nice job taking out Shinobi One. But it's looking like their control of this high side of Bravo is completely dictated what goes on at Bravo. Even when they concede that flag, they stay patient, and those 2 guys stay in that position to wait for their teammates to come and cap the flag, because that's really all that's necessary, because they can give them so much cover from that far side.
Yeah, they can, and we've said that over and over and over again in this particular matchup. That upper side, very, very crucial. And FLOT is just not really... I don't know if they just don't realize it, or they just don't know how to get up there and retake it. Skittles is going to be trying to jump back down into on the B flag. We'll be able to get the gray out and the possible burn. But as that's happening, it looks like FLOT was pushed way too far up, and now we're going to be having Slap with some really good spawns back there by Trench over towards C, and they're going to go straight for C flag. And yeah, this is just not going to be good whatsoever. Bo is going to be able to clean that up. Shinobi One is going to be a 1-on-2 situation. VJD takes him out very easily. Let's look at the KDs right now, and really nobody is standing out too much.
No, it's pretty much just consistent across the board, 5 to 8 frags at this point, as we see Degree getting some nice kills on the highway on Bus. They're just doing a great job of holding their position, drawing the line in the sand, and not letting FLOT cross it. So he gets another kill on Shinobi One behind Bus, and he's going to move into... Nope, he's not going to move in Alpha. He's just going to keep head glitching from this spot and see if he can get himself a 3rd kill. Although it does look like FLOT is playing a lot slower now. I mean, they're not really being as aggressive, perhaps just conceding defeat, as they only have, I think, roughly 10 tickets to play with. They drop below 104, it will be game, set, match for Slap, and they will move on.
Well, I don't think it has to do with the fact that they're losing or anything. That's just their playstyle right now. They're just not an aggressive team as we're seeing here. It seems to me like these kinds of maps that really lock it down, they're very linear or lane-based maps, just may not be their cup of tea. I mean, they might be used to the more open style of maps like Paracel Storms or Zavok, where flag hopping is something that is very normal on those particular maps.
Yeah, you can't really do that on this map.
Well, you can to a certain point, but the thing is that the spawns on this, while they're not completely predictable and you can absolutely shut them off every single time because there are glitches in it, you can, for the most part, control the way this map flows. And if you have good guys on your team that can get those frags, that can go down and, you know, win those 1-on-2s and 2-on-3s and stuff like that, then they will be able to do a lot of damage in holding this off. And we're seeing right now...
What a back rage by Alex the Blade.
Completely wiped there on mid. Yeah, that was a great push.
Oh, he gets not one of... See, that's the thing. That is the mistakes that we're seeing FLOT make. You can't have a rock pile like that where 3 guys are watching the same direction and 1 guy can come around and wipe you all. It's just... When you're dealing with guns like this, with guys that have the experience and the intelligence, they're going to take advantage of that every single time. Still watching from Blade, who is kind of running around in the hallways here. He's in round, looking to pick up VUJD. Above bus. Oh, and he takes down Skittles from behind. Drops down, moving up into Bravo. And for all intents and purposes, well, it is over. Slap will move on. They have defeated FLOT soundly, although this round is not over quite yet. So, Brett, what do you think moving on for Slap? You think these guys are some contenders? Or you think a team like No Mercy next round will be able to stop them in their tracks?
You know, I haven't really seen a whole lot of No Mercy. I do know that in SIVA they've had a lot of forfeit wins, which means that they haven't been playing a whole lot. And you know, while scrimming is really good, if you're not matching, the matches are what really does it in for a lot of teams. I mean, it really tests you. You have that stress as this is the real deal. You know, if we mess up in a scrim, we mess up in a scrim. Who cares? But I haven't really seen a whole lot from No Mercy. I'm going to be giving the edge to Slap. Honestly, because I've seen them scrim a lot more. I have actually seen them play quite a bit, and I think that they have the edge as of right now in order to take that particular matchup going into round number 3.
Yeah, I think I would agree with you there.
And you know, we don't even know. Has Warchild played No Mercy yet?
Oh, actually, you're correct. I apologize. My bracket was obscuring the left-hand side. We do still have a matchup, so it could be Warchild.
Yeah. So yeah, absolutely, it could be Warchild. And you know, Warchild did really well at the last Atlanta LAN. They were definitely doing some really good strats. They were hitting their frags. Their communication was a little bit off at times, but honestly, they were really coming together well as a team. So. You know, that right there is kind of a toss-up. I'm not really sure who's going to win that particular matchup. It could be No Mercy, it could be Warchild on that. Gotcha. But whichever one does win, it's going to be a doozy for the next round versus Slap.
Yeah,
because that's also going to be on Paracel Storm.
Now, talk about that map a little bit, Brett. What makes you think that's going to favor Slap even more? Is it just the fact that it's frag heavy, or the fact that they have so much experience on it? Or
I'm not going to say it's going to favor anybody right now. I will say that it is Warchild's favorite map. So if Warchild does push on, then they will have a little bit of you know, favoritism there. They do scrim that an awful lot. So we are going to be wrapping it up right now. It's going to be 1.726 in favor of Slap. So
nice
GG
two-piece
to
by Degree to end it, to cap the game off. Very nice job by Slap.
Absolutely. So we are going to go to a quick break right now to figure out what our next match is, guys. But don't go anywhere. We'll see you soon.
Yes, absolutely. We will be right back.